Hi everyone, it's Shannon, aka QB Crossing. I hope you are having a wonderful day so far. Today we are back with another Dream Island tour, and this one is just the most aesthetic meadowcore island that I think any of us have ever seen. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. Okay, so first things first, let's check out the island map. Let's see what's going on here. So this is the island of Eris. This is by Crossing Kaylee, who is just an amazing island designer. I highly recommend just checking out all of her socials and her other islands because they're all really inspiring. There's also only 8 villagers on this island, and of course they're all super cute. Some of my favorites are here, like Joey and Freckles and Bones. So I can't wait to see them just hanging out around the island. I also want to note that the map itself is actually quite flat, which I think is really impressive to make a full island with very minimal terraforming. There definitely is some waterscaping going on here and some terraforming in the back right of the island, so I'm excited to see that. And as always, the dream address is on the screen as well as in the description, so you can visit this island yourself also. So here we are, we have an orange airport, and I'm already getting just an overwhelming sense of green and yellow, very spring core vibes, which is one of my favorite island aesthetics and themes. So I just know I'm going to be in heaven in this island. So look at this, we're starting off with this really stunning grass pathing all throughout here, and then that bridge centerpiece. So it's really easy to kind of get lost in this meadow, which I'm sure is what Kaylee was going for. It feels just really overgrown. I love that you can like choose which direction you're gonna go with first, and I'm a big fan of using those bridges as centerpieces, especially any of the arched ones, like she's using the Zen bridge there. So I really love this, just tons and tons of aesthetic inspiration here. Overall, the codes that she's using are really nice, and then we have lots of little filler space ideas, like these little picnic areas. I don't know about you guys, but I really struggle with just small picnic areas. So I know that we can get a lot of inspiration from Kaylee because she's really good at these little small spaces, even down to like this little duck over here with the puddle underneath. One of my favorite combinations on an island is doing a little puddle code with a duck on it. It's just so cute every time. So this is adorable. I really love, again, like I said, just having that bridge there. So let's see what the view is if we come up here. So we have a villager house right behind here. The way that Kaylee waterscapes is always really inspiring. It's just like these really skinny, narrow waterways, and that's what really makes an island feel very natural. So if you're going for a natural theme, there's just going to be a lot of inspiration with this one today. And over here we already have another villager house, and I just really like this view here where you're seeing 2 villager houses kind of in one frame, just separated by that little waterway. It's really just very charming, and it's just giving me a lot of nostalgia to when springcore was very like popular in the community. I feel like springcore really needs to come back because look at how good this is. Everywhere you go, there's just gonna be a really nice view. Like just in this one frame, we're seeing 3 villager houses. I love these little overgrown neighborhoods and just all of the flowers surrounding this entire just villager yard is so satisfying. I'm one of those people that likes to fill up every tile on my island, even though I'm very impressed when people have more simple islands. But I also just will always love having a very filled island like this one is. And the pathing that she's doing, even though this island is very overgrown, it's really easy to get around because she's been so like clear and precise with where the pathing leads to. So if we follow the path down this way, I can see that we're already getting another villager house, and she's doing this really cool technique over here where she has the in-game dirt pathing down and then a kind of grass path on top of it. So it's almost like this inverted path where you could say that like the dirt is actually the path and the grass is like the overgrown part of it. And I just love this. I remember kind of when the first creator, I don't know who it was, had this idea. I just thought it was so genius, and it looks amazing here with this villager yard. This is definitely Freckles' house, and just lots of cute details throughout here, like the Cosmos shower fits in really nicely with this theme, and all of the little details. Like I said, we're gonna get a lot of inspiration for small spaces. And she did mention that none of the beaches or interiors are done, so we won't be going on the beaches or any interiors, which is fine with me. I love to focus on just exterior builds. That's usually what I'm most passionate about and what I like touring, so I'm totally okay with that. And let that be known that if you don't want to do your beaches or interiors, there's no one telling you that you have to. You can totally just focus on the outside parts of your island. So here we are, and this is that back little area where we were seeing some of these villager houses in the distance, and she's just doing a really nice job with mixing codes together. We have this little wood plank code over here, and then lots of just fun codes sprinkled throughout. We have lots of floral codes. I think there's even what is that, like a piece of toast? I don't even know what that one is, but I love it so much. There's like some leaves on top of it. Looks like a little piece of bread. It's just very, very aesthetic is how I would describe all of Kaylee's islands. So we're going to follow this pathway here, and I do want to note that this wood plank code really helps just kind of add a little bit of contrast to the island and just helps break up some of these paths really nicely. So definitely a fan of how she did all of that there. And let's see, before we go too far to the right, I want to make sure we check out the left side of the island since we're already kind of pretty far to the left. And we have this really gorgeous lake. So we did see this on the map. We saw some of just the waterscaping that she did here. And I mean, you really cannot go wrong with a stunning lake on your island. It also is a great space filler if you're trying to fill up a large section of your island, but it also just works really well. Whether or not you have a natural or structured island, it's just a very calming and serene idea for your island. And adding this little cruiser bike on the rug, very, very, very cute. So let's see, all throughout here, I think that this is just some additional like designs and fillers here around the sides of kind of this lake. So of course this is a meadowcore island, so we're seeing tons of flowers. The whole island is just going to feel like one really large garden, which I think, you know, who wouldn't want to live in a island just overflowing with flowers? So I just did a little loop around just to make sure we didn't miss anything, but now we're going to follow this little signpost and come up this way. So this is really cute. We have a little bike rental over here in front of Blather's tent, and I just really cannot get over how cute everything looks with this overgrown feel. It's always hard when you're not working with a lot of terraforming, and this island is so flat, but it somehow just came together like so perfectly. I feel like this is just one of those really classic natural islands that you can always kind of come to and visit for some inspiration. So lots of great ideas throughout here. I love that she used Blather's tent and didn't upgrade the museum. I don't know how you would fit a very like structured museum like the upgraded version on an island like this, so I think that the tent just is definitely the right choice here. And I'm just keeping my camera panned up because it just looks so pretty to see this path like just kind of carving its way through all of the flowers, and then little ideas like putting the bee stand there in between all of the flowers definitely just adds a little something and helps just fill in some of these really overgrown areas. Over here we have Able Sisters. Of course we have the hat, the hat that I'm wearing because it is the best hat in the game besides the tulip hat. We have it on display. We have lots of little cute outfits on display as well, and those little rain boots out in front. Definitely what I would expect for an Able Sisters on this island. So really just loving how charming and cute this island feels. It definitely feels like I'm in a little like, I don't know, like a sanctuary of sorts. Or have you ever been to like a butterfly garden? I feel like I'm in one of those, or even a botanical garden. It's just so beautiful. You could get lost on an island like this for sure. And I also am really liking that she's added these signposts in all throughout so that you can really just keep on going on the path that she wants you to go on. So it definitely helps guide the player a little bit, which I really appreciate. Over here, lots of little bees. We have the little beehives the beekeepers' hives are over there, and they just fit in really nicely. And then we have a little orchard over here with these little pear trees and the pear sign. It's very, very cute. And then coming up here, we also have Nook's Cranny, which of course is not upgraded either. So this little shack vibe for Nook's, again, like how Blather's tent was, this non-upgraded version definitely works really well for a natural island like this one. And anywhere that you pan the camera, it just is so satisfying. It's so pretty. I feel like you could frame a photo from this island and it would just be such a great piece of like art to keep or display in your house. So up over this way, we have this little bridge and a waterfall behind it. Very, very cute. I wonder if we can go up those cliffs or if they're more just kind of background decorations. But I guess we will see as we continue throughout. But look at the way that she does her waterscaping. It's very just like perfect all throughout. I love these little like carved out pieces of land and how well every little spot is decorated. And then we have the campsite over here. So, so cute. Even this little code underneath here, the little wood planks with the, I guess, plaid blanket on top really just fits in very perfectly underneath that campsite. So if we continue up here, I just want to show you what it looks like from a little bit further back because I really like the way that she did the fencing over here. I like that it's kind of staggered and it just frames this entire campsite a bit, which I think looks really, really nice. Get some views of all of the waterscaping as well. Very just perfect, as I've said. And then coming up here, again, if we pan up, these little paths, especially around the waterscaping that she's done, are so just well decorated. I love just how all of the trees and flowers and little stumps are surrounding everything. Again, it's just, I have no other words but absolute perfection for Kaylee. And then coming up here, we did those little hops on these little pieces of the land that she carved out. And I believe that this is her house up here. She's stuck over here. Let's say hello to her. How cute does she look? Stop and smell the flowers. Perfect little catchphrase for Kaylee over here. And look at her house just being on its own little island. I am such a fan. I love all the waterscaping that is surrounding this. I love that we can see some of that larger waterfall in the back right. It just is so charming. I've said charming a lot, but it's really just the word that's coming to mind for this island. Before we go farther to the left, I think we've missed some stuff up here. So we're just going to continue and look around. Look at this. The terraforming is just absolute chef's kiss. I am such a, I don't even know. I was going to say I'm such a big fan because I really am, but I just am getting a lot of inspiration. I've been craving doing some natural builds lately, and just the layout of this one with the way that the water is peeking through in front of the house, it's so good. Such a great little shot here with this house. And the little rain boots up in front, so freaking cute. Let's continue up this way and see, look at this view here with these two houses. She's so good at like laying out and placing houses just in the perfect position. I love when you can see a little natural neighborhood like this. Honestly, I have no words. It's so spot on for how I would imagine a meadowcore island to look. It's just very peaceful here, and it just feels like it's always sunny on this island. It feels like you could just hang out here and completely become zen, read a book, and just like Kaylee said, just like smell the flowers and relax. And there's really nothing more in life than I would like than to be in a place like this. So coming back over this way, I think this is Joey's house. Joey does have a yellow house. So I love that a lot of the villagers she picked, she probably could just keep their regular house exteriors because they work really well with her theme. So this is Joey's little yellow house. He has a little picnic area up in front with that table and just tons of cute detail all throughout here. And then look at this, there's even the little yellow rubber ducky. So fitting for Joey. And this little diagonal rug, little picnic spot. I would love to have a picnic here with Joey. He's one of my faves, so that just seems like a real dream for me. And let's come up this way. Lots of, again, just cute details, lots of cute codes, very filled to the brim in every single section of this island. So coming up and around this way, I know we had went back there and looked at some of those villager houses. So we're gonna come up over here and follow across this bridge now. Let's see. So I think that this would lead us back to, actually, no, we were not in this area yet, were we? This looks like a little like overgrown garden over here. Again, we have the pathing coming through just to make it really clear how to get around. And then lots of cute little picnic spots, places to sit, right? Maybe listen to music, and also little laundry areas. Very, very cute. I think this is actually the front section of the island, if I'm not mistaken. So this is if we were to go to the right when we came in. Over here would lead us back over to resident services, and then back this way would lead us a little bit closer to where the museum is. And then up over here we have this gorgeous little garden. I love the way she did the diagonal flower pathing instead of diagonal dirt pathing. I love a little garden like this, and she's just so cute with the whites and yellows everywhere. So fitting. And these little cutout standee doors work so nicely on this island. This brings you back over to Nooks. So I guess maybe when we came around this way, we just didn't happen to come through the front, so we didn't see this little garden area before. So since we missed that, I wonder if we missed anything else over here. Over this way, that was where Kaylee's house was, so we did see that. So I think it's just some little areas over here that I still want to just peek around, make sure that we didn't miss anything. I am just loving how easy it is to walk around without it being, I don't know how to explain it. Like, there's so much going on the island, but it doesn't feel overwhelming. But I do appreciate that even how much she's decorated and how filled it is, that it doesn't feel like tricky to explore. It's very, very easy to walk around this island. Lots of little cute picnic areas all throughout over here as well. And then we can also get some other views of the waterscaping over here by her house. So I'm going to come back up this way again. This was over to the right of resident services. And this is where we saw just some of these little villager houses over here, where I was mentioning how much I love the layout of this. And we're gonna follow this way back around, head back to the front of the island, because I think we have seen everything. I would love to hear all of your thoughts on this island. I would love to know if you guys are doing an island similar to this, what else you guys would like to see next, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.